Hey members, good morning. Welcome to the daily update. Let's review what's going on a little bit on the macro themes, and then let's see what's happening on cryptos. So yesterday we have seen a move up from our support levels on the S&P. If we see a continuation of this trend on the Nasdaq, it was a little bit more kind of a prominent 1.51, 1.20 on the S&P. Dow Jones didn't do much from support levels we marked. We are seeing potential 5 waves up, but still not done. Nikkei was up nicely last night, 2.42%. US yields, 10-year yields are still reluctant to give us a more sustainable drop, which will be necessary for the continuation of this move up in stocks. We have the PCE, one of the favorites measures of the inflation on Friday. That will be huge in regards of the potential Fed CME tool and the outlook on rates, and also it will have a considerable meaning what the stocks will do, and cryptos. Cryptos are working 24/7. Maybe just 1 or 2 days the major stock markets in US will be closed. I will check that for you for tomorrow's update. The dollar is a touch lower, but still on the yields front, since the yields are still reluctant to move lower, it's kind of a holding here. This looks like a three-way move. Only in the case this starts dropping immediately lower, that will be a signal of a potential yields moving lower today. So we monitor that very closely. Gold is a little bit in a correction. I'm looking for a pullback and then continuation higher in gold. Oil is kind of a holding these levels for the inflation outlook. It will be important from this level oil to start moving lower, because that will factor in also in yields moving lower, and the inflation outlook will be better because the energy is around 25-30% incorporated into inflation measure. So copper is continuing moving higher, and some of the stocks which are crypto related, SMH, also the ETF on semiconductors. Nvidia is on the Wednesday 22nd of May, of course earnings day, so Nvidia has just a three-wave pullback and it starts to move on the upside, which might be good also for the cryptos. SMH as well, which is the semiconductor ETF. I'm tracking that very closely. Let's look what's going on cryptos. So from yesterday, we didn't see something more prominent on the Bitcoin higher. Bitcoin, this still has a kind of impulsive qualities on the upside. Equality of this leg and this leg will be at 69,041. So it will be very important to see what the Bitcoin will do here. If we see a more aggressive move on the upside in this potential wave 3, that will be a sign that most likely Bitcoin will do a 5-wave move, and then after a pullback the door will be open for the further higher moves, but only when we complete a potential 5-wave move. It is also possible that we track something in the scenario that this wave 1 is still developing and we see this as a 1-2, but this is two overlapping price action. I'm still gonna track this one, looking for some type of a potentially 5-wave move here. Maybe this is a small diagonal, but as you can see we are consolidating here. This is not so impulsive for now, so I will still expect some of the force potentially to start in this purple wave 3 on the upside and actually convince us that Bitcoin will actually trace out a 5-wave move, and then after a pullback we will continue higher. So for now, not a great response from Bitcoin, but still there is a chance we're going to continue higher. Ether is behaving a touch better. Ether on this daily chart from our lows is exhibiting a potentially more rapid move on the upside. I have this as a 1-2, and then potentially we are developing something of a more aggressive price action on the upside. Of course, that will be matched with the Bitcoin, and then on a pullback, I think the door will be open for higher levels. So we are still kind of waiting to see how this will go. Equality on Ether from these two legs is here at 3,554. So we have to see what Ether will do there. I would like to see this wave 3 climb a bit more, and then I will look for a pullback in a wave 4 and wave 5. 5-wave move will definitely give us a potential to buy Ether on pullback. If you are not already in with a small stop, depends on the preference. I don't know your trading preference and how you manage risk. I do tend to wait for a pullback, but everybody has a different trading styles. If you are buying some lows and trying to catch maybe initial move on the upside, be careful with your risk. Let's look what's going on a Binance Coin, which is holding good. So Binance Coin from our pullback in the wave 4 is moving nicely on the upside. So I see a potential development of a 5-wave move, and there is not much overlap, which is good. Binance Coin is developing more rapidly on the upside than the Bitcoin, which kind of follows our path on the upside. And let's see what a Solana is doing. So Solana is 2.83% on the upside. Still a chance for Solana to give us some more on higher levels. From these lows, I do see a potential leading diagonal here and maybe a pullback in this wave 2. So Solana also needs to give us a little bit more on the upside. This is a pretty sideways 45-degree vertical price action. So we need to be careful here. It can be a leading diagonal here from Solana. We need to see soon some verticality on the upside. Solana developments will try to give us more conviction for continuation on the upside. That is usually marked by a more vertical move on the upside. So what do you want to seek in wave 3 of 3 is a bit more verticality and 70 to 90 degree angle on the upside, because wave 3s are always pretty sharp on the upside or on the downside. From our crypto opportunities, things are still looking good. I have explained these charts yesterday, and all of these guys are holding good. STX is also in a potential 5-wave move, so we are paying attention on that. Still from lows, we don't see a 5-wave move on the upside, so I will be wait for this for some type of 5-wave move development. TI still doesn't give us something more prominent on the upside. It's kind of building a base, in my opinion. This looks like a 1 flat in 2, and then we have a leading diagonal 1. So pay attention on TI because now we are still kind of building a base here, as you can see. So this was one base. Market was reluctant to move higher, and then we dropped, and then we moved higher and kind of was still building a base for maybe a next step on the upside. Pay attention on TI. If it starts to break this channel around 1245, I think we will see a more sharper continuation on the upside. ICP is still in a wave 4 as I depicted, so we are still looking for a 1, 2, wave 3, 4 and 5 for the wave 1 on the further upside. This for now looks corrective, and I do still think that ICP will move higher. We have it here on the chart. I was looking for a pullback with the different ratios here, and for now our ratios are holding, and we need to develop some more impulsive structure higher towards this wave 3 so that we look for the further developments higher on the ICP towards this target around 17.20. The last one, we look Floki and Pepe, which was the meme coins, put it in this group. So this one are still developing nicely. I'm looking for a move up towards in the orange wave 3 before we get some pullback. This can extend higher, of course. This is just the first probable targets, but for now there is not lot of overlaps in the Floki, and it's continuing to trade nicely on higher levels. And also Pepe looks pretty nice, and it is developing a really nice wave structure towards higher levels. Our analysis on these guys was pretty good. I see some people, I didn't like also myself meme coins before, but as somebody suggested, let's find the trades and let's find whatever it moves. It doesn't matter if we don't agree with a certain origin. Of course, that's not our job, since we are all here for a potential profit making. We can look and do analysis on everything what potentially moves. These two especially are moving impulsively towards making the higher degree wave one, and then after pullback it's a big buy, because then these guys might continue just really nicely higher towards some upper targets following the Bitcoin and Ether. That will be all, guys, for the update. I'm gonna look what we have in the new projects channel. If there is not much there, I will post chart if anybody suggested some new projects. I will be here all day monitoring what's going on the Bitcoin and Ether, and give you a relevant update on time what are developments. So thank you, guys, and see you later.